Oh fuck! Oh, oh my gosh! Hello there, Happy New Year and all the best for 2014. Another year of excitement on the Enduro Alexis YouTube channel. Looking forward to it. So what are the plans for 2014? Well, we have a busy year ahead and I want to take us to the Fossway, which is near Bath, a nice off-road stretch byway. I've been there many years ago on my XT660R and I now want to do it the same thing on my Suzuki V-Strom. So I'm looking forward to that. And then of course also in the 16 years that I've been living here in the UK, I've never been to Ireland, which is also a terrible shame. So Ireland is a must-do this year as well. And then also to Scotland. I've been there once on my KTM 640 adventure in 2004. And yeah, want to see it again. And there were some spots on the west coast that I didn't see at the time, so I want to see those again. But then most important of all, this year I want to ride from London to Tirana, Albania, and then maybe also go across the border into Macedonia and then also Greece, because I haven't been there before either on a motorcycle, so that is something to look forward to. So definitely 2014 is going to be a busy year. I hope you join me, I hope you like it. Thank you. This year we will again be raising awareness for the World Wildlife Fund's efforts to save endangered species, and will focus on the Amur leopard appeal. Only 35 of these magnificent big cats remain in the Russian province between Vladivostok and the Chinese border and are listed as critically endangered. They face threats from illegal logging, forest fires and conflicts with humans. Poaching adds to their misery, so the World Wildlife Fund works to preserve these leopards, just like the Amur tiger has enjoyed protection, with its numbers increasing from a mere 30 to 400. Adopting an Amur leopard with WWF will fund projects to restore degraded habitats and establish a system of protected areas, including wildlife corridors. Adopting an Amur leopard also helps the WWF work at government and community levels to promote sustainable use of natural resources and fight illegal logging. The WWF will also send you information materials on their progress to preserve this big cat for future generations, so that we can all admire its beauty. Now, in last year's Bosnia to Herzegovina film, we compared the use of maps and GPS with one another. This year, for the London to Albania film, I'll be confronting one of my worst fears and nightmares. Well, it is not that bad actually, but as I film all my motorcycle trips and carry much equipment with me, it is usually better if I stay in a bed and breakfast to charge the batteries of my cameras and transfer videos onto my laptop. As I never book in advance and pop into hotels late at night, the surprise is never knowing actually what one is going to get. But this year I'll be comparing staying in bed and breakfasts and hotels to camping, and whether you really need to camp in order to experience adventure. Is camping at campsites the real thing, or worth doing? We also have our first corporate sponsor, an Austrian company called Austrodux, which sells rubber ducks with Austrian personality themes such as Mozart, and is run by my friend Rudolf Doppelbauer. Fans and collectors such as myself then travel the world, proudly showing online all the places that we have taken our ducks to. We have come to Box Hill in Surrey to prepare for our journey ahead and keep bike fit. It is a cold morning, but testing oneself prevents one from going soft. It's been a mild winter, but with lots of rain, so some of the byways that we usually used to go on, and which were usually quite dry, are now very wet. So long puddles, good practice for any adventurers for the year coming ahead in 2014. Can't wait. During last year's off-road riding in the Salisbury Plains, my friend Tom criticized that I was turning soft, as I was not willing to jump into puddles like I used to. So this is for you, Tom. Yeah, you happy now? Well, you may ask yourself, is all this off-roading exercise really necessary for the trips that I do in Europe? Well, sometimes you get to locations and there are off-roading possibilities, so you at least want to be prepared. You don't really need that much exercise, but it's still good fun anyway. and the preparation for a trip can be a very exciting part of the trip as well.
So some things like filming yourself riding past the camera will never change, and then having to run back and forwards all the time. But for this year and for our next adventure, we have a new piece of equipment.
To get more action shots, I will start using a GoPro camera that I can mount almost anywhere, all for your entertainment and laughter when you see me fall and crash on and off-road.
And the V-Strom, of course, is the perfect tool for the job, to go through all these puddles and all these mud.
Oh yes, you may wonder why the cowbells. Well, the truth is I do a lot of commuting to work on the motorway on the N25. Having bells on the motorcycle makes the cars go to the side and I can go through much more easily. Makes filtering so much easier. And pegs allow me to choose if and when the bells ring. I've got one cowbell there with a lower tone, then I've got a cowbell with a lighter tone, and if the traffic gets really bad, then all I have to do is turn up the bass. If you have been knocked off a couple of times in your early riding years, you will know where I'm coming from. So I have to try and go for the next paddle. Wow! Wow! Look at this! Absolutely shocking. There we go. I didn't reckon with that branch over there. It hit against my pannier and down the motorcycle went. And there it is. All smoking, but all seems to be still okay. Proving that the V-Strom is indeed a very tough motorcycle. Quickly get it up. Oh, so much fun. Whoa. Oh. 2014 will be good. So join us on our adventure to Albania and our work for a good cause, and please adopt an Amur Leopard with the WWF. Thank you.